Unreal 5 uplift, $49.99. It was said it was going to be free. Ah! But hang on a minute, you get to play ARK 2 beta.
Gotcha, bitch.
Snail Games, the culprit behind the scenes due to incredibly low stocks. Official servers to be wiped. And everyone decaying their bases so nobody can claim their saves in the future. You're right, kids, it's Raasclark and I'm blowing the lid off. Look, listen, there's bad and there's good. It's not all doom and gloom. I see a lot of you out there complaining and I completely agree with you. Jezza dropped the ball big time when he announced this was going to be free back at the start of the year. To our dismay, we find out not going to be free at all. It's going to cost us $49.99 if you're on Steam and Xbox. And PlayStation 5 users perhaps are getting a bit more stifled with a $39.99 for them, because it appears that, you know, if you pay that price for Steam and Xbox, well, you do get access to ARK 2 when it becomes available, and an exclusive 1-month beta for ARK 2 in 2024. But there's certainly a bitter taste that surrounds this whole announcement. Yes, there's a price point. Was it the result of Snail Games stepping in and saying, oh, our stocks are low, we need to make some money? Do the devs need to get paid? Clarity, something perhaps should be said. Maybe Jezza could simply just step up and say, sorry guys, I dropped the ball. I truly did. I thought it was going to be free, or we had to change it for some reason. People are shouting lies. There's so many people. There's tweets out there. Never been done in 50 years. Now I know what it is. Lies! People are going mad, and I do understand that. Wipers. Clarity is certainly needed surrounding that scenario. Either it's free or it's not free. Why is one of you saying it is free and then the rest of the team are not? And listen, I know and you know, if that free thing wasn't mentioned at the start, no one, barely anyone, would be complaining. Yeah, there probably would still be some people complaining, but not as much as there are out there at the moment. So that's the overarching issue right now. And it all surrounds this because, let's face it, you're all seeing a price point and you're not seeing what this offers. You're reading words. It just doesn't offer any material surrounding what you're going to get when you pay that price. Because let's face it, there's a lot of people out there that are happy to support the devs. Though I've got to agree, to re-buy the DLC maps definitely stings a bit. Actually, in fact, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, when it comes to playing ARK 1 in UE5, with the amount of cool things that we're getting with it, such as Nanite, Lumin, RTXD, the graphical sweet uplifts that we're going to get with the UE5 engine, dynamic water, where it actually moves you around. You could get swept out to sea or drowned or in floods, maybe. Don't know. We're going to see it moving in and out. It won't be like the water that you know in ARK today. Foliage, a bit of green that slaps you in the face. Ever had a leaf slap you in the face? Well, you're going to see it today, people, in ARK UE5. Bigger bases, but looking so much cleaner. Cross-platform multiplayer, massive thing. Modding, we're going to touch on that in just a moment. We haven't had any new structures in a long time, so it's great to see that. With all of that being said, I'm going to get to see this on the first maps that come out when I get access to this ARK Unreal 5. Keep calling it the Unreal 5 upgrade. It's not an upgrade anymore. It's its own brand new separate game. ARK Ascended, Survival Ascended. Love that they changed the image on the community crunch with a plus to ARK 2. But the fact is, I've played those maps. I've done those maps. And if I've experienced what I've got with the Unreal 5 upgrade, will I really pay those prices to play them again in this new format? One thing that I'm super hyped about is the non-canon DLC maps, especially. Center is something I'm sure a lot of you will agree, deserves a massive uplift. It is perhaps the one map I think will change completely and will look so much better than the one we've got in ARK 1. And I look forward to seeing if they might do anything improvement-wise to that creatures I'm talking, of course. But when will that drop? And when will all the other free maps drop? Because let's face it, if we're paying a price, a monetary amount for these DLC maps again, well, you're not going to get Fjorda with all the creatures that you get with that, all the content that you get with that. I'll leave that till last, surely. You know, they got to give some reason to play these maps again. Now, I'm being a little bit critical there because there is a lot of positives. I'm just simply kind of balling up the overarching concerns of why the ARK community is very angry. And I get that, I do. But, people, there's some overarching things which is going to be a great refreshing change for ARK. And whilst it will alienate people, certainly, I don't disagree that there's some people, they're already packing up. They're already packing up unofficial. Apparently, people are wiping their own bases because they don't want their saves carrying over, because you'll be able to download those saves afterwards if you want to utilize them. Because, if you don't know, at the end of August when they launch, we will be taking down all official servers on Xbox, PlayStation and PC for ARK Survival Evolved, which will be repurposed for this brand new version of ARK. But you'll be able to download the saves from those official servers to rehost for your single player or non-dedicated servers. You can still play on single player and non-dedicated, of course, but with a brand new server wipe and a new way to tackle servers and how we interact with them is the underlying key here. It's no secret cheaters are rife on official, from what I understand. Official, every time I speak to anybody who still plays official today, they're just saying there's cheaters everywhere. Don't play this, there's cheaters. Don't play that, there's cheaters. Don't do this, there's cheaters. I have no interest in playing official simply based off all the stories I hear about cheaters. Now, if something new is built in, which there seems to be an overarching infrastructure of monitoring players, because your same player will be used for PC, Xbox and PlayStation, with your identity carrying over to each, there will be a new anti-cheat system, a way to track you down. It won't be as simple as it is right now on ARK. And maybe this is what it needs. It's easy for me to say, I know, but I was there once upon a time when the original Legacy wiped, so I do resonate to some extent, though I appreciate there's years and years and years of progress that people have put into these maps. But you know it, you've seen the stories yourself, you know it's bad unofficial. And if this can eradicate that and pretty much create a whole new longevity for ARK's life cycle, perhaps this is the right move. And as I just said, you'll be able to play with people on other platforms. Xbox and PlayStation and PC will all come together in a cross-platform scenario where you'll be able to cross-chat with your friends. And then, overlooking all the bells and whistles the Unreal Engine 5 upgrade provides, cross-platform modding. Mods is perhaps the most highest of orders recommended, wanted, requested by you, the community, to have on console, and you are finally getting it. Now, whoa there, I hear you say, they're paid for. I ain't played these mods, man. I've been playing these mods for the last 6 years, and they were all free. Why have I got to start paying for them now? They're not going to be. It turns out that's not the case. Wildcard reached out to me and explained that mods will still be free. They will. Though modders will have the option to choose whether they want their mod to be paid for or not. So the power is going to be in the hands of the modders on whether you pay for those mods or not. It's a very cool thing to see. Put some blame on those modders. And in a way, I guess it's a great way to support those modders as well if they choose to. I'm really interested to see how that develops, and thank you Wildcard for getting in touch to clarify that. Though I do have, or some concerns been expressed to me surrounding Overwolf. When we last spoke about modding regarding ARK and, well, ARK 2, we were looking at mod.io. They were going to be the platform that was providing this service. And, well, I've checked their website and I don't see a mention of ARK on here anymore. Don't know whether they have completely lost the contract. And yes, Wildcard have moved over to a site, Overwolf, that's them. I couldn't find their name on the website. I was looking for it, had to see it in the URL. Overwolf, I'm hearing from a few people out there who have already experienced Overwolf that on PC anyway, there's a lot of concern regarding resource management and it overclogging it. And dare I say, and I don't want to create alarm, but concerns on spyware. Now that's simply just what I've been informed. I don't want to create panic. I just want Wildcard to know that there are concerns from people regarding this, and hopefully it will be managed in a better structure. If I was to create demands for Wildcard, the price points for those DLC packs is a difficult one to swallow, and it really depends on what's bundled with that. If we get to experience Unreal 5 with the first maps, what do we get for playing those maps again? Do you see where I'm going with this? I don't want to sound like I'm entitled or not, but I just think that's a good possibility and could resonate with quite a few people. Maybe that price point just needs to be tackled somewhat different. Sotif, it's really cool to see that you're going to be porting that, bringing that forward with ARK, with an Unreal 5 engine upgrade, with a Scorched Earth map. So many cool things being offered. But what's crazy is the one thing regarding price that I feel most people have been outspoken about is not happening. A battle pass for Survival of the Fittest. There's nothing being introduced there. There's going to be some new cosmetics, but there still doesn't seem to be any reward system being thrown in there. Yes, there's still a lot more information to be revealed. But my point being that people want to support ARK, and this was something that I was very happy to support in with the most people that I spoke with. Personally, I'm happy to pay $49.99 for what seems to be a complete overhaul of ARK. And that's what the issue is. It seems to be. There's no screenshots. There's no videos of this. And that, I think, is the real underlying issue. You take candy from a baby and then don't give her the new, improved, sweeter, good-looking candy, but say, it's coming. How do you think they're going to feel? It's a terrible analogy. I've just called everyone babies. But you see my point, right? There's no visualization. There's nothing to put to this price to say, you know what? I'll do it. I'll pay $49.99 for this beautiful, wonderful product with all these offerings that I don't even know what it looks like. That's the issue, mate. It is. That's the issue. Personally, I've got an idea of what to expect with Unreal 5 and know how vast a difference it is going to make to ARK. So that's why I'm comfortable with that price, truly, honestly. And flipping heck, ARK 2 thrown in on top, a bit of beta, happy days for me. PlayStation 5 users, yeah, a bit of a raw deal, if I'm being honest, in comparison. It's crazy when you think about it. They're paying $10 less for what? There, I think, doesn't help the confusion at all. The pricing structure just seems a little bit odd. It does seem a bit baity because, you know, come and get this Unreal 5 upgrade and you get ARK 2 as well. Because ARK 2 is not going to be anything like ARK 1. But you got it now, so, you know. But then ARK 2 for 10 quid. What's the crack, Jeeves? What? How can you price ARK 2 at 10 quid? Additionally, isn't ARK 2 meant to be on Game Pass? What's going on? There's a lot of ranting. There's a lot of ranting on this, fueled by you. The Twitter is going absolutely mental. But what I'm trying to throw together here, it's not all doom and gloom. There's a brand new story map that's not... How the hell is that going to happen? Can't even, like... We went to ARK 2 from the Genesis 2 spaceship. Hey, that's where ARK 2 is. Is the new story map going to be set there, or is it going to be set in the past? But a new story map, nonetheless, is coming. And let's face it, when we get those, it's always a great time to play ARK with new creatures within this new Unreal 5 engine. But previous gen players, that's it. We've moved on. It's a tough pill to swallow, but at some point it has to do that. So at some point we have to move on. I mean, ARK isn't being completely deleted. You are losing official servers. You are getting the new creature, the Rhino Nefer. At some point, Wildcard had to say, it's time to move on. And I'm guessing they thought it would be with just ARK 2. And they're realizing ARK 2 isn't going to be much like ARK 1. Then they need an ARK 1 for next gen. And this is what that is. Nevertheless, regardless, there's not many UE5 games out there. ARK Survival Ascended is going to be one of the first Unreal 5 offerings you're going to see. And I think when we see it, when we see pictures of it, when we see trailers of it, our perspective will change. It will. But there's a lot to look forward to. There really is. So, rant over. I did it. I told you I was going to do it, Jade. I ranted, hopefully constructively. Opinions, concerns, but a bright and prosperous future for ARK and ARK 2 when we get it. So, thanks all for tuning in. My name's Raasclark. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, peace out.